With Gotham Knights getting closer by the second and more teaser footage, gameplay footage, and overall content for the game is released, I decided to find a way to celebrate for the game's release. And believe me, I am a bit skeptical on Gotham Knights' performance and execution as a game, but that doesn't mean I can have fun with it. I mean, I'll be honest with the game, but that doesn't mean I can have a bit of enjoyment. To celebrate Gotham Knights, I decided to go back to its predecessor, the Arkham series, and review Arkham Knight's DLC stories and characters: Nightwing, Robin, Red Hood, and Batgirl. I will not only look at their DLC levels, that's way too obvious, I will be also looking at their gameplay, their level design, and their costumes and the amount they have. Let's start with the first bird that came out of the cave, Dick Grayson. This is possibly everyone's favorite Robin, and you couldn't deny it if your first TV show since the early 2000s was Teen Titans. Basically, everybody should know the story of Nightwing by this point. He was raised as an acrobat in the Haley Circus with his mother and father until, during one performance in Gotham City, his mother and father were assassinated. Bruce Wayne saw how alone and the similarity between him and Dick were, so he adopted him as his ward. Of course, he found out that Bruce Wayne is Batman, and he became Robin. Of course, years later, basically he got older and decided to leave the cave and become his own individual person and becomes Nightwing. Now, there are several things you need to understand when it comes to Nightwing's gameplay. Number one, that ass! Seriously, that ass is better than Captain America's. And Captain America's got it when he was juiced up with super soldier serum. Nightwing is all natural. Number two, his acrobatics are basically one of the best attributes for his gameplay, as he knows how to flip around and move extremely nimble and quickly. Plus, he throws a little quip here and there to lighten up the mood a bit. And here's what I did to test out Nightwing's combat gameplay. Basically what I did for all four characters, I put them in the Iceberg Lounge and test them to the point where I can't play no more. Believe me, that boy can fly like a robin and basically kick ass like a hawk. Of course, since I was playing the game, I have my limitations of how much I can handle. Nightwing can use his Screamer sticks to basically stun enemies and even disperse a large shockwave. He can use the electric charge to basically charge up generators, or basically disperse a large shock for those who have stun prods, a normalized grapple gun, and his batarang, the Wingding. As for his suits, well, Nightwing doesn't have much. I mean, you got the Arkham City suit, the Arkham Knight suit, and the New 52 suit, which is really not much due to the fact that Nightwing has so many suits that are iconic to a fan. I mean, he could have done a design from Batman Ninja, the Injustice suit, the live-action Nightwing suit from the Titans HBO series, even the goddamn disco suit. Literally, I would have the disco suit as a DLC suit for Nightwing, and possibly the only suit that will forever horrify the entire Bat family. Anyway, for his DLC story, GCPD Lockdown, basically he's going to stop the Penguin from escaping GCPD. You start out in Bloodhaven and basically stop the Penguin's gang, and you get the information that Penguin is breaking out of jail. And of course, this is where the main focus of the game's setting is, the GCPD. While I do like it that it's raining in the middle of the day in Gotham City, which we don't get in Arkham, this is the part of the game which is a giant letdown. Here's how it goes. The moment you arrive to GCPD, basically you stop Penguin's crew and basically start teasing Penguin, which is probably the best part of the DLC by far.
Sorry, boss, we're not getting you out of there anytime soon.
Why the bloody hell not?
Cause we just got our asses kicked.
Hang on, who's it? Oh no.
The one and only Oz. Look, just relax. Here, I'll have you back down and behind bars in no time.
After teasing Cobblepot, you basically have to go around the entire building taking out the armed goons. This is where the DLC starts to get boring. Due to the fact there's only 2 stages of the DLC and literally all you have to do is stop Penguin from escaping prison, there's little to no difficulty on this DLC level, let alone any atmospheric mood, despite the fact that Batman just died last night It's basically him just saving the day and doing what he does. I do like the small moments where Nightwing is just dicking around, but it doesn't change the fact that this is a very boring DLC. Next up, possibly the most badass of the Bat family, Red Hood. The second Robin, Jason Peter Todd, the most easily emotional Robins in the entire family. But of course, everybody knows the story if you've seen the movie Under the Red Hood. Killed by the Joker, blown up in a warehouse, resurrected by a Ra's al Ghul, and went on a killing spree. The one thing that made Red Hood's combat really well done is the fact that he's the only one with guns and a much more lethal approach to his combat. I mean, I love his gameplay, I really do. In fact, while he does have several gadgets like flashbang grenades, a grapple gun, I'm mostly focused with his guns. Literally, it's possibly the best thing about Red Hood's gameplay. As for his skins, on the other hand, he has little to nothing. I mean, the only things that he has are the Red Hood skin and the Arkham Knight skin. I mean, he could have had the original design for Red Hood, the Titans Red Hood, the New 52 design, the Rebirth design, that badass suit and tie when he took over the Iceberg Lounge. Even the 3 Jokers design is pretty cool. Why didn't they use the designs to basically make DLC skins for Red Hood? Still, it's a bit infuriating for Red Hood not getting that many skins, but that doesn't mean his DLC story is good. The Red Hood story pack basically focuses on Red Hood basically hunting down Black Mask, and it does really well with the brutality of what Jason is doing. I mean, he basically shoots some guys in the head, basically doing neck snaps as his stealth takedowns, and literally I'm shooting Black Mask as many times as I want until Jason gives the final blow.
You don't need to do this. Get your money, drugs, your guns, weapons, whatever you want. Please, I'll take a plane, leave Gotham, never show my face again. Anywhere you want, I'll go anywhere.
How about you go to hell? Say hi to Joker for me.
Of course, there's one thing I have to say about Red Hood's gameplay. Amazing story, amazing character to play as. I wish there was more skins for Red Hood. Next up, the third Robin, and possibly the most underrated Robin, Tim Drake. And that is saying so much. See, Tim basically had a wealthy family as well, being the son of Janet Drake and Jack Drake, and basically they were archaeologists. The one thing that he did most is read and basically solve puzzles. He is literally the smartest Robin in the cave. He was there at the Haley Circus watching Nightwing do his trapeze performance. And he made the connection that Nightwing is Dick Grayson because Dick Grayson is the only person in Gotham City to perform a quadruple somersault.
I was there. At the beginning, at the end. I went to Haley Circus to see the Flying Graysons. The night your parents were killed. You signed it for me before the show. I remember every move you performed. Then one day, I saw Batman and Robin on the news chasing Penguin. Robin did a one-handed meat hook to scale a rain gunner. A trapeze move only 2 people in the world can do. You and your dad.
So Robin pinched my moves. I can't copyright them.
Then, the Titans made a splash. I heard they were good, so I started keeping tabs. Guess what? Nightwing also does the one-handed meat hook. You were Robin, then Nightwing.
And this makes him want to become the new Robin, especially the fact that Jason Todd was believed to be dead. When it comes to Robin's gameplay, it's basically very snug and very controlled due to the fact he's using his snap and acrobatics. While he isn't as acrobatic as Nightwing, I would say, it's pretty well done in my opinion, and plus, he's one of my top tier characters in this game. As for skins, well, Robin does have skins, it's just that it's very limited. I mean, you got the Arkham suit, New 52 Dick Grayson Robin, 1 year later Tim Drake, original costume Tim Drake, and the 1966 TV show. I mean, there are so many Robin suits that could have been used for this game. I mean, you could have used the Arkham City suit with the hood up, you could have used Dick Grayson's original Robin costume from Arkham Origins, you could have even used the red Robin suit, whether it be from New 52 or even the classic red Robin suit, which was in Arkham City. This is why Tim Drake is one of the most underrated Robins. As for his story DLC, it basically suffers just like Nightwing's. The only thing I can say that differs from Nightwing's is the mood. Basically, in the DLC story, he's basically hunting down Two-Face. And the one thing that Tim is trying to do his best is being like Bruce, which automatically sounds like a really good story point. Tim is trying to mature and trying to find his own place in the world without Batman. And I could see that as a starting point from him becoming from Robin to Red Robin. And he's one of my favorite Robins. The problem with the DLC is that it doesn't flesh out Tim so much. It's basically just him going in, save the day, not even a good boss fight with Two-Face. The gameplay is a win, the suits are somewhat of a win, the DLC story is as disappointing as the Nightwing story. And finally we have the final character for the DLC. It's Barbara Gordon, Batgirl. Daughter of Police Commissioner James Gordon, Barbara was basically wanting to do so much more, but yet she doesn't know how. On one hand, she could be a cop like her father, helping people, but knowing Gotham City, there's always corruption, and basically people who will risk pulling the trigger. So she was inspired by the Batman, and she would put on a suit and called herself Batgirl. Playing as Batgirl kind of feels very similar to that of Batman, except a much more downgrade due to the fact she doesn't have the majority of the gadgets. And of course, similar to that of Tim Drake, she's one of the most smartest members of the Bat family, whether she's in a bat costume or in a wheelchair. As for skins, yeah, she literally has nothing. I'm not joking, she literally has only the Arkham Knight skin, and that's it. No New 52, no Injustice, no 1966, no Stephanie Brown, or even her first appearance, which is such a disappointment because what's the point of putting Batgirl in the game besides the interesting combat and gameplay if you're not going to put any skins for the character? Even though that is slightly disappointing, that doesn't mean her DLC story, A Matter of Family, isn't cool. In fact, her DLC story, A Matter of Family, is much more bigger and much more any other DLC story in this game. In fact, it almost feels as big as Harley Quinn's Revenge from Arkham City. Basically, the plot is Joker and Harley Quinn kidnap Police Commissioner Gordon and other GCPD officers. And it's up to Batgirl and Robin to save them. And the reason why Batman can't come in is because if Batman steps into that carnival, Joker will kill them. And to be honest, it's actually a pretty well done open world. Well, not as big as Gotham, but big enough to basically explore a bit and also find secret hidden details about the location. Basically, all you have to do is save the police officers, which are hidden in 3 locations: the merry-go-round, the Ferris wheel, and the haunted house. And every time you save one of them, basically Robin will indicate you that there is a bomb, and you have to fight them and defuse it. Once you get to Joker, it's basically a Joker boss fight, which is pretty well done if you ask me. So basically, Batgirl, amazing gameplay. Disappointed that there's no suits, but I love her story in this game. So basically as an average combined, each member of the Bat family either has great skins, no skins, amazing gameplay, all of them, and yet a disappointing story or an amazing story. Well, basically that's what you try to get when you try to beat the Batman in all his greatness. But still, looking back, I pretty much had fun playing these characters. Hell, I know for a fact that they can't compete with Gotham Knights because Arkham is much more better. Still, I am rather curious on what would happen to the Gotham Knights in a world without Batman. I might get the game just to play it and have a bit of fun, but I'm still skeptical on its performance. And as always, thanks for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more content.